14, bad girl. Her hat just got a star. She got it.
The snow sure has made the travel difficult all throughout the 5 boroughs and into New Jersey, but we are ready for football nonetheless at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Williams. Take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On 2nd down, Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Off play action. Joseph. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And whistle blown, a timeout. Here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That swung out wide to Sanders. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Jackson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Joseph rolling to his right. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're going to try and throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the 2nd round. And it's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
2nd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw. Joseph. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Operating from the gun, Joseph. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Williams loses the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A give running left. It's Sanders. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders.
So after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
They would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
About 3 yards there to the 27. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Jackson's throw into the hands of Ferkser here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Throwing is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll find Pittman. Touchdown! Michael Pittman from 17 yards out. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Chris Claybrooks to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Joseph. Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. Well, a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
No, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Jackson. And he wisely will throw that one away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And it'll push the lead up to 13-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Jackson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 41, Jackson. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Touchdown, Jets! Miles Sanders, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Jets continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield, because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is caught. It's Brown. The 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Jaguars. Marquise Brown. 75 yards. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Pettis now on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 31, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Oh, Sutton, a nice catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The 71 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On 1st down, Sanders not finding a whole lot as he'll get forward for about 3. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he is close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Jaguars 14. The Jets on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They're looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. They run once more with Sermon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Noah Fant there to make the grab. And the Jets will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Clay Brooks to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Looking to throw. Joseph. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
55 is mine, guys. 55. I got it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. To throw on 2nd down, Joseph. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Joseph. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 26 yards. And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for two. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. He's got a man complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a big play that time by the Jets. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Jackson now. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On second and goal, Jackson. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now